Trebek.
Today on Seattle Refined. Not many people get to do this. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of Jeopardy. Come with me.
A vocabulary for 2000.
Refined cameras go wild backstage at America's favorite quiz show. Plus, our refined dance team gets schooled in the art of hip-hop.
5, 6, 7, 8. Rush, up now. Bop, bop, bop.
Who knew going to class could be this much fun?
I'm acting in it.
Then, from HBO to Standing O's.
It was funny coming back here and everybody had seen my butt.
We had already seen.
She flashed some skin on girls, but now this Tony Award-winning actress is bearing her soul to Seattle audiences in the Secret Garden.
Seattle Refined starts now.
Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. It's one of the greatest game shows of all time. All week, Refined is taking you behind the scenes of Jeopardy, showing you a side most people will never get to see.
We all play Jeopardy!
The quiz show premiered in the 1960s, but got a fresh reboot in 1984, and it's gone on to be an international phenomenon. Jeopardy has won a record number of Emmys and still brings in powerhouse ratings every night at 7:30. So what's the secret to its success? Refined headed to the Sony lot in LA to find out.
This is Jeopardy!
Every weeknight, millions of people tune into America's favorite quiz show.
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody say hi, John.
Refined got an exclusive backstage pass to this mega successful show that still stands the test of time more than 5 decades after its premiere. Your show in Seattle is just a huge hit, and it just continues to go and go and go.
It says a lot about the quality of our program and the quality of the people in Seattle and the intelligence of the people in Seattle. They appreciate us.
Look at all the Emmys they have won here. It's countless, and they continue to win them all. No one gets to come back here. It is absolutely sweet. In fact, you have to be a little bit quiet because they're getting ready to tape shows. They do 5 every day.
Vocabulary for 2000.
Contestants go through rehearsals before the cameras start rolling with iconic host Alex Trebek. That helps calm nerves, especially for one Seattle contestant.
I was really anxious about it all until we actually rehearsed and until I actually got behind the podium. And then it kind of melted away. It was very nice. And they do a really good job here of making sure everyone is comfortable.
What is eagle?
After the rehearsals, it's showtime.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Up on 5.
Believe it or not, there was once a Jeopardy without Alex Trebek.
And now, here's the star of Jeopardy, Art Fleming.
The original show, created by the legendary Merv Griffin, first aired back in 1964 and ran off and on until the late 1970s.
Alex Trebek.
Then in 1984, a new version launched with Alex and legendary announcer Johnny Gilbert. The rest, as they say, is history.
Welcome to America's favorite answer and question game.
You've been doing this for so long, I mean, it's still thrilling for you, isn't it?
Oh, it is, absolutely. I started with Alex 34 years ago. This is our 34th season. We're the only 2 left from the original crew, as a matter of fact, yeah. And it's fun. It's always new material, always new contestants, always new audiences, every day.
During a lunch break, I couldn't help myself. I had to sneak out on set. Wow. This feels huge. Now, if you're at home watching on television, you don't get this feeling. This is a monster set, like the game board right here. This baby is 18 feet tall. The ceilings go to 22, almost 80 feet across. All right, as official, I'm actually going to sign in to play Jeopardy. Buzzing in first is a lot harder than it looks. Once you see the blue lights on the board, that means you can click in. And once you click in, hopefully with the right answer, you have 5 seconds to answer. And if you don't get it right, you lose some money. This thing's so fresh. It's fresh every show. How do you keep it going for so many years?
It's a great format, and one of the terrific things about the format is that with so many different categories, you can have one mix one day, and the next day it's completely different. And so if it's not to your liking now, come back tomorrow, and it probably will be.
Jeopardy week is just getting started on Seattle Refined, including my exclusive one-on-one interview with Alex Trebek.
Hi, Johnny.
Tomorrow, 2 game show legends tell all. Refined chats with iconic announcer Johnny Gilbert and the man who makes both Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune tick. If you want a chance to be on Jeopardy, get ready. They're holding a 3-day online test event starting May 30th. Go to Jeopardy.com, click on Be a Contestant. Jeopardy may also hold auditions right here in Seattle, and we'll let you know those dates as soon as we get them.
What is car?
All right, here's a Jeopardy answer for you. She is the youngest female ever to win a Tony Award. The question, who is Daisy Egan?
It's the most forgotten place I've ever seen.
At age 11, Egan was the toast of Broadway, but fame came at a heavy price. By her 20s, Egan was burned out and quit acting altogether. Now, more than 25 years later, she is back on stage in Seattle, in the show that put her on the map.
I'm the luckiest person ever.
Daisy Egan and co-star Charlie Franklin couldn't be happier to be a part of the Fifth Avenue Theater's Broadway-bound production of The Secret Garden.
It's different from a lot of the stuff that's being done now.
It is. I mean, first of all, it's like it's about a little girl and like the power that she brings to everyone around her.
The revival of the Tony Award-winning musical tells the story of Mary, a British girl from India who was sent away to live with her cold and distant uncle after her parents are killed.
And Mary's just a little girl. You know, she doesn't have magical powers that we can see. She's not, she's not scrappy, she's just a little girl and she's a refugee, which I think is really timely. And she's sent to this place, she doesn't know anybody, and she figures out a way to, fix it.
And comes to work each day like you and me.
It's a role near and dear to Egan. She won a Tony for her portrayal of Mary back in 1991 when she was just 11.
I don't think I can talk.
But the devastating real-life loss of her mother and crippling stage fright eventually forced Egan to quit show business. She studied to be a therapist before her love of the stage lured her back to the show that started it all.
It's really sweet to be back. I feel it's not like a practical career to have, which it's true. It's not really a practical career, but if you love it, you'll find you kind of have no choice. I left and I got drawn back in because, if you really want to do it, you're going to do it. For me, I feel like in some ways I'm sort of closing a chapter of my life that I needed to close for a while. It's a lot of self-healing and, I sort of feel like I'm singing to my younger self every night, which is nice and therapeutic.
In this production, Egan plays the adult role of Martha.
And as soon as I saw it announced, I just pounced on it and really tried my hardest to get cast with little clandestine Twitter campaigns and however I could. I basically threw myself at their feet.
Charlie Franklin plays the brother of Egan's character, Dickon.
Dickon has been a dream role forever. It's just one of those things where people would ask me what one of my dream roles was, and I would always say Dickon first. So it would be, knock on wood, so great to go back to Broadway playing this part.
The stage isn't the only place where these stars shine. Daisy just knocked it out of the park with her riveting guest star performance on the HBO comedy Girls.
I don't know how many more takes I have of this spanking.
I actually walked in and my roommate was watching the episode that Daisy did, and he's like, I'm watching Girls, don't judge me. I was like, no, this is Daisy Egan. Do you know this? And he's like, the naked one? I was like, yes. Yeah, that's her.
So 5 years ago when Girls premiered, everybody was telling me I looked exactly like Lena. My agent even called me and he was like, you should play Lena's sister on Girls. And I was like, okay.
No, I'm acting in a film that they're shooting here.
Oh. They submitted me for this role, which was to play an actress playing Hannah. I had a screen test after that with Adam and Jemima and Lena, and then I just made up a monologue and did it right to the camera and just told Lena that it was ridiculous and she needed to hire me.
The Secret Garden runs through May 6th at the Fifth Avenue, so if you haven't seen it yet, log onto our website to learn more about tickets. It is a good one. Refined is just getting started. It's the salsa that everyone in Seattle is going crazy for.
And people usually ask for the green stuff, and we have to tell them that it's out for the day.
How one man turned his secret family recipe into an American dream come true.
Yada, yada. Brush, brush, up now.
But first, it's Refined's first ever dance month. Find out what happens when we send 2 members of our staff out to meet one of the hottest hip-hop teachers around. We'll be right back.
The couple leaving right now is, after a perfect score, Heather and Max.
Welcome back to Refined. Millions of viewers around the country screamed, "What the what?" last week as Heather Morris and Max got the boot from Dancing with the Stars. The audience erupted in boos, and Twitter had a meltdown after host Tom Bergeron announced the elimination of Heather and Maksim from the show. The Glee veteran and her partner received 4 perfect scores from the judges for their Roomba performance of Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Make sure to tune in tonight to see who goes home next. That's tonight at 8 p.m. right here on Como. You don't have to be a D-list celebrity to want to learn a new dance move or two. That's why Refined is going dancing all month long. Every week we're sending our favorite Refined guinea pigs to a different dance class. We're getting things kicked off today with a lesson in hip-hop.
5, 6, 7, 8.
When it comes to hip-hop in Seattle, no one breaks it down better than Sam Picard. Refined sent our unofficial dance team, Carrie and Gina, to try out his class in Green Lake's Exit Space Dance Studio.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Gina.
Gina, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Very nice to meet you.
I'm Carrie.
Carrie, I'm
Nice
Sam.
to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm really excited just because we saw Sam's YouTube video and he was absolutely slaying. So I'm really excited to see what he teaches us tonight. Also terrified.
Carrie and Gina are learning from the best. Sam's kind of a big deal, racking up thousands of views on YouTube.
I started dancing around 15 or 16 in my bedroom. I watched a lot of like Prince and Michael Jackson videos, and I would try to do what they did and try to look cool in my mirror and impress my mom. I just took some ballet and I ended up loving it. So then at that point I realized that I just love dance in general. I just love movement. And so once I started doing that, I auditioned for Cornish College of the Arts, somehow got in, 4 years, got a BFA, and then I just kept dancing. I've been dancing every day. And then a really funny thing happened. I sent in a video to Ellen DeGeneres' contest. There's a dance-off competition, and I sent in a 30-second clip, and somehow it was like playing the lottery. Mine got picked, and then she surprised me on the show, and my life just blew. It just changed completely.
Yada, yada. Brush, brush, up now.
But Sam says his real passion will always be teaching dance. That's why we knew his class was perfect for Carrie and Gina.
I mean, I love to like dance in the club, so if it's anything like that, I'll be good.
And I have a 2-year-old, so I go to bed at 8.
So what I say about my class every time is that it's not an audition and it's a party. So you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, just dance to the beat. And if you have a question, you just do one of these. You just do one of, hey, 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 hey. Yes? So, first thing we're gonna do, you hear the beat? Dun da da dun da da dun da da dun da da. Stop, stop, stop. All right, here we go. 5, 6, just the fast one. 5, 6, 7, 8. Brush, brush, up now. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, yeah, da, da. Boom, boom.
Daddy, wah, wah, point, point, point.
Up, down, back.
After learning the routine, it was time for the ladies to do their thing.
5, 6, 7.
High energy. It was really cool to see people of all different shapes and sizes really getting those on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sam's amazing.
Yeah, he's so much fun. He just he keeps you on your toes. You're going the whole time. He's the bomb. Yeah, I'd totally do it again. Yeah. I was expecting to have a lot of fun, and it like exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely come back.
Workout-wise too. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hi.
Yeah, like dripping
I
in
think I
sweat.
went through a dishwasher. So it was a great workout. Ton of fun. Went by so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, they were awesome. Gina and Carrie tore it up. I couldn't help it just to see how you're doing. I was like, yep, they got it. Okay, I can do what I need to do. Oh yeah, okay.
Don't miss next week as we send our refined dance team out to discover the amazing world of pole dancing. Find out if they have what it takes.
Try dually, sir. Ready for a sample?
Still to come on Refined, a refugee to our shores discovers the spice of life. Find out how a secret family recipe led to a sizzling success. Next.
Oh, that's really good.
A former African refugee's family recipe has become a recipe for success right here in America. The Somalia native is sharing his grandmother's recipe for jalapeno coconut salsa, and this spicy concoction is fueling an amazing story about the American dream.
Try dually, sir. Ready for a sample? You like spice?
Ask almost any salesman, and they'll tell you perseverance is the key to success.
Are you ready for a sample? Your new favorite thing?
For Abdul Muhammad, Dooley for short, perseverance is in his blood.
Dooley is an African salsa with coconuts and jalapenos, all fresh ingredients, no preservatives.
Okay, well, that's really good.
It's originally my grandmother's recipe out of East Africa, so Somalia to be exact.
Total collapse. 1991, civil war breaks out in Somalia, and while rival warlords fought for power, and years passed, more than 1 million people lost their homes to the conflict, refugees fleeing the war zone in search of a better life. A 5-year-old Dooley and his family among them. And so was the recipe for his grandma's salsa.
Your grandmother, did she make it over here to the States?
No, unfortunately she didn't. She passed away a while ago, but this is something that I grew up with. My mom would make for us and would constantly, tell the story of how her mom taught her.
From refugee camps in Kenya to just getting by here in the States, Dooley says he learned how to persevere and work hard from his mom. And she learned from her mom, a successful Somali businesswoman.
Your grandmother's a hard-working woman. What do you think she would think of what you're doing with her recipe?
I think she would be proud. She would be someone that, she would probably have her own ways of doing things and could show me things. She knew how to market things and sell things, and I think that's where I get a lot of my entrepreneur spirit from her.
Growing up in West Seattle, Dooley's friends couldn't get enough of the sweet, spicy green salsa, and that gave him an idea. If his friends liked it, other people might too.
We have our coconuts, and then we have jalapenos.
Why coconut?
That's a question you gotta ask Granny. Like I said, I didn't come up with the recipes, something I took for granted, and when I realized my friends and their family members liked it, that'd be a good idea to start our own salsa company.
Dooley's Salsa was born. He made the first batches himself, selling the salsa at farmers markets, local grocery stores, wherever he could. Now, after lots of help from the local community, he sells more than 1,500 containers a month at locations all around Seattle.
Chicken or vegetarian? She's okay?
From food trucks in South Lake Union.
I love at GFF. We make organic custom quinoa bowls. We specialize in making healthy, quick lunch. And we serve Dooley's with our bowls, especially the Fiesta Bowl. People go crazy for it. We keep bringing more, but it runs out.
To restaurants like Salty's on Alki.
We're definitely fine dining, but we try to keep like a more fun atmosphere. I love Dooley's salsa because the simplicity of it. The coconut is kind of unexpected, something a little bit different, and it goes perfect on our fish tacos.
People just can't seem to get enough of Dooley's salsa.
I think it's a blessing. There's no limitations, but the limitations you set for yourself, I feel like, I know where I come from. I know what's expected of me, and no one expected this of me, and it's my life, and I'm gonna reach for the stars.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
We'll be right back. A shout out to our friends at Kimpton Hotels for making our recent trip to Los Angeles such a pleasure. The Refined team stayed at the newly renovated Hotel Palomar in Beverly Hills, located just minutes from the best places in Beverly Hills and LA. From the nightly wine hour, to the posh pool, to the brand new Double Take restaurant, there's something for every member of the family, including skee ball and shuffleboard. Hey, thanks, Kimpton. All right, that'll do it for today's show. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.